Welcome back to Indianapolis This Week as we bring in our political insiders, former state Democratic Party Chair Dan Parker, of course Pete Seed, who worked in the state Republican Party and the communications office for President George W. Bush, and my favorite, Mary Beth Schneider, former state House.
Hey now!
Wait a minute. Hey, journalists have to stick together. Let's start with the proposed new criminal justice center for Indianapolis. The plan faces a critical vote this month in the City County Council. A bipartisan group reports that the project already facing a $37.7 million deficit in its first 9 years. The full council set to vote on this project on April the 20th. Dan, do Democrats plan to stop the center from happening?
Well, no, I think the Democrats have given it a very scrutinizing look in terms of the financing. Everyone agrees that we need to build a new jail, and we need updated facilities for our criminal justice. But the financing of it, this proposal could leave a huge gap in terms of funding in the early years, and could lead to a tax increase in the future. And that's why you saw Joe Hogsett this week, our candidate for mayor, come out and say, we need to kind of put the brake on this, because this council is voting to spend the money to build the project. They're hoping that the next council is going to find the spending cuts to pay for it. And that's just not right. We have an election in November where a new council will be elected and a new mayor will be elected, and those folks are the ones who are going to have to implement this thing.
Pete, should we wait till November then? Or because the Mayor Ballard had said this is one of his priorities before he finishes out this term.
Well, I'm glad we agree we need this. We need the Justice Center. We need to consolidate all the criminal justice elements that are spread about downtown. But this is a very good deal for the city. It's a much better deal than if the city were to do it on its own, doing a public-private partnership. It was competitively bid. The city got a very good deal. And it's fine to raise questions, but let's be honest. It is 2015. There's an election here in Indianapolis in 2015, and this entire thing is being politicized to try and win votes at the ballot box.
You were shaking your head saying no, so you don't believe it's political.
Well, it's not a good deal because it leaves open, even your candidate for mayor said there are risks involved with this plan, okay? If this plan leads to a tax increase or the cutting of police officers, which the public safety tax increase that just passed was for, then this is not a good deal. And what the independent analysis said was that this could lead to a tax increase. So if the Republican Party is all in favor of tax increases now, then that's where they stand.
There's a lot of questions about the most recent analysis that has come out about where they came up with their numbers, about the motives behind this analysis. The fact of the matter is, the longer the council kicks this can down the road, it will cost us more. Interest rates will go up. Time is ticking. The clock is ticking. We need to move forward.
The folks who did the analysis for the city, if the deal goes through, they get paid triple their rate. That is not an independent financial analysis.
Let's talk about 2016. We just heard from John Gregg. He says that maybe by June he will announce whether or not he will be running as a Democrat for governor in 2016. Is that soon enough, or does he need to
Yeah, I think that's soon enough, but I think he is running. I mean, I think it's clear that he's been out. He's never changed even his Twitter handle. It's still @Greg4Gov. And, but boy, is there an opening for him now after what we've seen in the State House, right?
Well, a lot of people sense opportunity. I know a lot of people on your side of the aisle are sensing opportunity. But I look back to 2012 when John Gregg ran and lost, and he was running around the state saying right to work was going to carry him into the governor's office. Well, that turned out really well. You now have a lot of people saying that RFRA is going to carry the day in 2016. Well, if we look at the calendar, the primary election in 2016 is 13 months away. The general election is nearly 20 months away. So to sit here and analyze and claim that this one issue is going to change everything more than a year away, I think is faulty, and John Gregg may make a decision based on that he shouldn't make.
But there's definitely blood in the water, and we're hearing Republicans, especially up in like Hamilton County, Boone County areas, that say that they're through backing Mike Pence. So you guys must feel like you've been handed a gift.
Well, I mean, the problem for Mike Pence is that his strict ideological agenda that targets specific groups, whether it's RFRA or common construction wage, it's dividing the state and it's hurting the state economically, and that's his problem. I can't speak to Republican candidates that potentially could want to run against him next year, but John Gregg is out there. There are other Democrats that are thinking about running. John had a free and clear primary in 2012. He would probably start as a front runner. But there's going to be others that take a look at the race, because Mary Beth is right. There is an opening there against Mike Pence, because he has hurt the state. He has hurt the state's reputation.
Can he win, though? Because we also hear that Barron Hill, the former congressman, may also enter the race. There may be a primary. Can he win?
Well, I think a Democrat can beat Mike Pence. And the question is, which Democrat is it going to be?
I think you bring up a good point, though. John Gregg, Barron Hill, the top two candidates being considered. Dan's party talks about how they're the party of diversity, and we're talking about two old white guys who want to run for governor. I mean, it's a joke. John Gregg ran and lost. Barron Hill has ran and lost repeatedly, but this is the best they have.
Okay, I think they're my age, so I kind of resent the old, but...
Comparatively speaking.
Hey, I got more gray hair than either one of them.
But is it, Mike Pence is also a white guy, so is it that big a deal?
I'm glad you pointed that out, because I didn't want to...
And I knew that was coming, but the Democratic Party's all, we're for the young, we're for diversity. But look at who they're putting forward. They don't put their money where their mouth is. It's all talk, talk, talk.
So you want Christina Hale?
Well, our party did not put our state's reputation in the tank with this bill.
Okay, and we'll still win. So
the conversation between our insiders continues on Twitter. Check out their Twitter handles and give us your opinion. And stay with Mary Beth, Lara, Abdul, Dan, and Jennifer throughout the week.